Awesome. How you doing, my friend?
I'm good, real good. Trying to pick myself up after Fear Expo. It was a long weekend, but a blast, a lot of fun. Totally enjoyed coming down and seeing everybody.
Good, good. Glad to hear that. So Cobwebs and Candlesticks, relatively new to the game. I believe you guys started last year, if I'm not mistaken.
First started vending last year. I started YouTube in I think 2020, but I've
Okay.
been a home haunter for over 20 years.
So tell us what Cobwebs and Candlesticks has to offer to the haunt industry.
I do a lot of prop building and stuff. Like I said, I've been a home haunter for 20 years, over 20 years. I build stuff that I can put in my yard. Um, I make a lot of resin stuff. When COVID hit, um, and people were like, "Oh, Halloween's canceled." I started sculpting little magnets, and I was making them out of resin so that when trick or treaters would come, if mom and dad weren't too keen on them taking something from somebody's house with all the big COVID stuff that was on the news, I wanted the kids to have something to at least take away, even if it wasn't candy or food. So I make a big board full of all the different monster magnets. All my sculpts are original, and let the kids come up. If mom lets to have them, have a treat bag, that's fine. But if not, they can come get they can pick a magnet off the board. I usually do a big black light board. So every year when the kids come back, they can pick another magnet off the board and build a whole collection. So that kind of sprung me into doing a lot of like resin stuff as well as man, I do a lot of rigid foam stuff. I like doing faux taxidermy. I like doing gaff stuff. It just basically runs the gamut. Stuff for home. For home haunts, and if I think it's cool, I'll build it for home. And if nobody else likes it, then hey, I'll just put it in my own home haunt at home.
So you pretty much run the gamut of like do-it-yourselfers. If you have some tools in your garage, you can make this happen.
Yeah, I mean that was a lot. That was kind of the big reason I started YouTube. I really didn't know what YouTube was like in 2017. I started watching YouTube. Like, man, my buddy was telling me, hey, go on YouTube, and I find this whole haunt community like, son of a bitch, man, where these people been all my damn life? I found Steve's Haunted Yard and Hollywood Haunter. There was all kinds of stuff on there. So I kind of watched for 2 years, and I'm like, man, I can do this. Man, I've been by trade, I'm a classic car restorer. So I've been doing classic cars for over 25 years. So I paint every last nut and bolt, blow them apart, paint them, put them back together, and hand it back to the customer and custom work. So a lot of my DIY stuff comes from the auto body industry. So I took all my knowledge and I saw how people did their things. I'm like, well, man, I do mine totally different. So I do a lot of DIYs on my channel to show people, different ways to do something. And I try and outbuild my stuff so that it'll last, especially as a vendor. If somebody's going to buy something from you, you don't want to put crap in their hands that they spent, 15 minutes on. I try and make my stuff to where it's almost, destruction proof. It can be outside for 30, 40 days in the sun, the rain, the wind, because I'm in Northwest Indiana, so we get all 4 seasons in one day. We've had snow on Halloween day, we get ice, we get 100-degree days, we get 20-degree nights. So everything I build, I tend to overkill build it so it'll last. Especially if I'm going to take $1 from somebody, I want them to get the best possible product ever. So a lot of my stuff I just try and build overkill, and I apply my auto body knowledge to most of the props and stuff I make. So Mike
And
Dawson.
that's what I was just gonna say. It's not only are you showing people how to do this, you actually brought a whole bunch of stuff to Fear Expo. Talk about some of the things that you brought.
Actually, Fear Expo, I was just an attendee this year.
I
One of
didn't
my
bring it.
trio,
I could have. I'm like losing my mind on who I saw and didn't see this. I gotta stop drinking so much to see
my
this.
trio brother Vic, we actually when we were all new to YouTube, me and Vic at Monster Misfits. So I was hanging around Vic's booth at Monster Misfits for most of Fear Expo and dropping off my stuff there, using it as a little depot, and then go out and shop and bring something back and then go back. So thanks Vic for letting me be a stopover. And we kind of banded together because nobody else is really doing anything. So when we were all on lockdown, we were all fairly new to the game. We kind of found each other, we're commenting on each other's videos, and we're like, hey man, let's try and do like a video a day or just do something to kind of distract people from the news and all the pandemic and just the mess that was on TV. And we all do DIY stuff, me, Vic, and Dave. And we ran for I think like 40, 50 days straight, something like that, doing a video a day. And then we just kind of springboard and did our own thing. And me and Vic, we're starting to come out to more to the shows, and build the stuff that, that we bring, because people, if I show something on YouTube or making something, people, message me, hey man, do you want to sell that? And it's like, well, I just made it for my home haunt. I said, I can make more. I'll make a mold of it. So it kind of just sprung board from there. And now, I was at MHC last year. And then next year, I think at Fear Expo, I want to come to Fear Expo next year as a vendor and bring all the crap I make and put it out there for people to see.
You think, or you are?
I hope so. If I can get my act together, having 2 jobs kind of sucks. And I'm pretty busy at my shop because I'm a one-man restoration shop. So I've got 4 or 5 cars going on right now by myself. So it's hard to get away. I wish we could have been at Fear Expo Friday night. I heard I missed a totally great night. So I couldn't make it down until Saturday morning. But next year I want to be there Friday night. I want to see the VIP experience and see what everybody saw on Friday.
Well, come in earlier and do the haunt tour. Get on bus 1. Get on my bus.
It's hard because if you're vending, it's like it's hard to, because you're kind of working, so you can never really get on the bus tour. Like MHC last year, I missed the bus tour. It's like, oh, we got a booth to put up and stuff to sell. And we got to go to, like Tayen said, we got to be in bed, man. It's a job for us. So
I got guys.
That's great.
I got guys. They'll come set your booth up for you. Don't worry about that. I'll set them
believe me, you guys had so much help all over that building. It was insane. There was a guy in a scooter holding up walls when I was helping David Quinn at Monsters Alive. Like, God, there's people everywhere, man. Like, it was amazing.
Shout out to Tim Meadows from Hex Haunted House. I'm actually wearing his shirt today because him and his team showed up at Fear Expo. That's for sure. So Keith, tell us where we can find you and all of your amazing stuff.
I usually post pretty regularly on Facebook. It's just a Cobwebs and Candlesticks Facebook group, and it's for everybody. It's not just me and my stuff. I tell everybody, if you have a YouTube channel, an Etsy store, if you want to self-promote, if you make creepy stuff, man, drop it on Cobwebs and get some love and promote yourself. I'm on Instagram under the same name. I'm on Etsy under the same name. And then YouTube, same name. I'm basically just Cobwebs and Candlesticks across the board. I'm pretty easy to find. If somebody has a question about something I made on YouTube or a product I make, I'm easy to find. They can always hit me up on Messenger on Facebook or through a group page or something like that. So I'm more willing to answer field questions. Not a problem.
Awesome, Keith. You keep up the good work. You're doing amazing things, and I cannot wait to see what you are going to bring to Fear Expo next year.
Well, if I come next year, I want to bring a shock and awe for sure.
Nice. I can't wait for it. Keith, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.